So I thought, why not? Let's see if I can manifest aging in reverse. If you're feeling fed up and frustrated by a beauty routine that just isn't making you feel any more beautiful, it might be because you're forgetting one of the foundational principles of the universe. What if I told you you're not just seeing reality, you're creating it? That's right. What you see in the mirror, how people treat you, and whether or not you turn heads when you walk into a room is actually more of a reflection of your inner state than you may believe. This is a must-watch video before you buy another serum, tube of lipstick, do any sort of aesthetic medicine, Botox, fillers, lasers, you name it. If you're in your 40s and 50s and believe the lie that your best years are behind you, if you're waking up tired, feeling stuck and unattractive, if you miss the days where you used to turn heads and people used to pay attention to you when you walked into a room, then settle in, because what you learn in this video may dramatically transform how you see yourself as a woman and how you can become more and more beautiful as you age. Now, first, I want to have some girl talk with you. We all know that the beauty industry is nutso. It's a $500 billion industry, and they're preying on our desire to be beautiful. Women desire to be beautiful, and there's nothing wrong with that. I actually feel that beauty is a spiritual principle. A big reason why we desire to look beautiful is because we want to feel beautiful. We want to tap into our soul's beauty and be able to express that in the world around us. And I think one of the reasons why women struggle with getting older is because we feel like we're running out of time, that there's something inside of us that needs to be shared with the world, and we haven't yet expressed it or shared it. And we have this unconscious belief that our best days are behind us. As we get older, people stop looking at us. We're just kind of the forgotten population in a lot of ways. And that's really sad to our soul, because she has work to do. She has things she wants to get done here. And so I think, this is my personal theory, that big reason why we're willing to spend so much money, time, and energy looking and feeling younger is because we want to give our soul more time to express herself, to do the thing that she's here to do. And we feel unconsciously that the younger we look, the more opportunity we'll have for our soul to do the thing that she's here to do. Many women, despite being highly intellectual, educated, determined, still feel the frustration around their appearance. It's like the mirror is their worst enemy. They have achieved so many things in their life, but self-love and acceptance is still on the list. So what does it take to actually see yourself clearly and love yourself fully and step out into the world embodying and expressing your true essence and beauty? You might be putting more and more effort into how you look, spending more and more money on serums, makeup, Botox and fillers, lasers, and all sorts of things just to feel your best. But you may not feel any better. You may not feel like you're looking any better either. So what gives? I'm not here to tell you not to want to be beautiful. I'm not here to condemn or shame the beauty industry. I just want you to become very aware of what's going on so you can take your power back, take your energy back, and direct it towards what is actually serving you and your soul's goals. It is my belief that part of this disconnect comes from not understanding how our inner beliefs and perception are affecting our outer reality, even how you appear in the mirror or how you look in photos and on video. If you're feeling fed up and frustrated by a beauty routine that just isn't making you feel any more beautiful, it might be because you're forgetting one of the foundational principles of the universe that applies not just to quantum physics, but also your beauty and how you see yourself when you look in the mirror. Part 1. The mirror principle explained. The mirror principle is rooted in several esoteric and philosophical traditions. It's part of the perennial wisdom tradition and explains the relationship between our inner world and our outer worlds. We see it in the 8,000-year-old Hermetic philosophy with the concept known as the principle of correspondence, which is summarized by the phrase, as above, so below. We also see it in the law of attraction, and in Eastern philosophies like Buddhism and Taoism. These traditions teach that our internal state influences how we experience the world around us. We see it also in modern psychology, and Carl Jung's theory of the shadow self explores how unacknowledged aspects of ourselves can manifest in our external world. We also see it in quantum physics with the idea that our consciousness actually affects the material world. The observer effect suggests that the act of observation alone influences the outcome, which parallels the idea that our inner beliefs shape our external reality. Christianity also emphasizes this principle. In Romans 12:12, we read, "Do not be conformed by the patterns of this world, Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. We hear it in Jesus' parable of the good tree. Jesus uses the metaphor of a tree producing good or bad fruit to illustrate how the inner state, the tree, affects the outer results, the fruit. And what does this mean for you and your beauty journey? Well, it means that if you have a bad self-perception, if you look in the mirror and you do not feel self-love or even self-acceptance for who you are, you're never going to be able to express or embody your true beauty. Our outer beauty, our physicality, is truly a reflection of our inner beauty, our true beauty. And if we want to look and feel as beautiful as our soul really is, then we got to do the inner work of cleaning up and clearing out all of those old beliefs and limited ideas that are only dimming your light. Part 2, how changing your inner world enhances your attractiveness. Now, if self-love and self-acceptance could be bottled, it would be $1 trillion product. Why? Because when you embrace self-love and confidence, you automatically radiate your most attractive version of yourself. When you are embodying self-acceptance and a peaceful confidence, you are in your feminine energy with nothing to prove and no one to compete with. Walking through the world with this energy transforms not only how you feel about yourself, but how others see you and treat you as well. People are naturally drawn to those who are confident and self-assured, especially women, partly because it's rare in the world. It's not one of those things you fake it till you make it. It's something you arrive at either through grace, divine intervention and awakening, or over time as you slowly heal and put back together the shattered parts of your psyche and soul. Learning how to see yourself through the eyes of love and acceptance, and in turn see the whole world through eyes of compassion. This is seen with the divine feminine's gaze, the cosmic mother's gaze. By working on your inner sight, you enhance your outer beauty and your attractiveness. You'll embody an energy that people just want to be around because it's an energy of ease and acceptance, and people can just tell. If you don't judge yourself, then you are far less likely to judge them. Judgment also works in accordance with the mirror principle as well. What we judge in others is oftentimes a shadow version of ourselves. This can play out in who you feel jealous of on social media. Have you noticed that it's easier to listen to men give you advice or see men being successful? A woman saying the exact same thing might trigger a sense of insecurity or inferiority because you're naturally comparing yourself to her. Now, once you've developed your inner sight and your own inner security, there'll be no more comparing yourself or competing or needing to prove. Part 3, aging in reverse. Okay, this is why you're here. We've gotten to the part of the video, which is why you came. How to age in reverse. Can we actually do this? Now, you know, aging in reverse isn't just about our physical appearance, but it's about our inner game. I'm going to tell you exactly what I did to begin aging in reverse. But first, you must know this. Aging in reverse is deeply connected to the idea of a growth mindset. Part of the aging process is a stagnation and a death cycle. It's when we stop growing. If we're not growing, we're dying, which is exactly what the aging process is. So adopting a growth mindset means embracing the belief that you can continually to evolve and expand your consciousness. Viewing aging as a process of growth and an expansion of consciousness rather than a decline can change how you perceive and experience it. I want to play you a short from Dr. Sharina Idris. She's a dermatologist in her 40s, and she says something really interesting about aging.
The second peak of life happens slightly faster over the course of a month, around 38, 39, 40. It hit me in March, where you're like, are those jowls? And why does my face feel like it's down here and the rest is back here? I need to go through a wind tunnel to pick up my face. The last peak, well, I call it the last peak, not because you're done after that, but because most people tend to accept their fate after that or do something about it. Whatever you do you, and there is no wrong or right. But happens in your mid-40s-ish, around 44, 45, where patients come into my office and tell me, overnight, I woke up and I don't recognize myself.
Comment below and let me know if you've had this experience with these aging peaks, either in your 38 to 40 range or if you're in your mid-40s like me. I definitely remember when this idea first planted in my mind, and I felt it like like a poisonous seed being planted, a limiting belief, and I wanted to reject it, but it got its roots in there because it came by way of a suggestion by one of my dearest friends who was a few years older than me. I was in my mid-30s and she was in her early 40s. We were out for lunch and I was telling her how good I felt, how beautiful I felt, how the tantric practices I was doing to unlock and liberate my feminine energy, to heal my feminine energy, was helping me connect to my sensuality, my sexuality, and feel more connected to my own body, to pleasure, and to my husband. I remember her kind of checking out and then saying something along the lines of, "We'll just wait until you turn 39. That's when it all shifts." She said the shift was almost overnight. But these are collective beliefs. They may have some reality to it because they're an experience many people are having, but it doesn't mean it's the only reality. You may have already had that experience of being 38, 39, 40 and feeling like overnight you lost your youthful beauty. Or you may be in your mid-40s like me and suddenly noticing X, Y, and Z and thinking, a facelift is looking a little attractive. But here's a new idea to try on. There are so many case studies that point to how a shift in mindset and emotional state can profoundly impact your physical appearance and your overall experience of aging. I find this super interesting. So, Dr. Joe Dispenza, his work with meditation and mind-body connection has shown that people who engage in deep healing practices often experience physical transformations. Case studies from his workshops reveal that individuals who adopt new mindsets and address past traumas report significant improvements in their physical health and appearances. There's also an interesting study called the Age of Miracles study. In it, research and personal testimonies from individuals who have undergone transformative healing experiences show that many report looking and feeling significantly younger post-transformation. This is often attributed to reduced stress, improved self-image, and enhanced vitality. And just an anecdotal story for me, I remember when I turned 30 and I had my conversion experience and was baptized a Christian. When I came out of that water, the pictures of me before getting dunked and the pictures of me after getting dunked are like two different people. It's like my baptism gave me Botox. Like, I'm not even kidding. I used to carry such worry, stress lines here, like existential angst wherever I go. After my baptism, those wrinkles were gone. People even commented that I looked younger. I felt free for the first time in my life, and that inner freedom translated to a new outer radiance. So there is something to be said for spiritual experiences. Spiritual beauty may be connected to our physical beauty. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what I did to start aging in reverse and what I recommend for my clients to do too. I'd always loved the idea of the power of our mind, the power of our consciousness. When I was in high school, I read a book called The 3-Pound Universe, which was all about the power of the mind and the brain. And in my 30s, I read a book called The Holographic Universe, and I would read it over and over again. It's one of my favorite books to this day. And this idea is that our consciousness, our imagination, really does have an influence over our external reality. This connects to manifestation. Like, what can we manifest? We can manifest money, we can manifest health, we can manifest love, but have we ever tried to manifest more beauty? Now, manifestation is connected to this idea of how our consciousness influences our external reality. And manifestation, at its core, is about embodiment. It's about bringing the heaven of our ideas into the earth of our body. It's about bringing our highest vision into the ground of our lived reality. So I see manifestation as an embodiment practice, and I thought, I have manifested so many things in my life, from the love of my life, my marriage of 15 years, to a career that allows me to make money doing what I love and to live in an abundance of time and space, to actually fulfilling one of my oldest dreams, which is living in Europe. I've manifested all of these things, and so I thought, why not? Let's see if I can manifest aging in reverse. If you're interested in more of my specific manifestation techniques, leave a comment below, and in future videos I can create that for you. So I gave myself this experiment to start aging in reverse. And here are the 3 things I did. They follow the Feminine Wholeness Method's philosophy on the power of alignment. I aligned the wisdom and resources of my head, heart, and honeypot. First, we begin in the heart with the imagination. Imagination is the highest form of prayer. Imagination is sacred. It's the thing that most makes us like God. So I freed up my imagination first and foremost, and I began to paint in my mind pictures of myself feeling light and alive, feeling vibrant, and looking in the mirror and seeing my inner glow, seeing that maiden energy, feeling younger and younger. In my mind's eye, I began seeing myself, how I wanted to see myself, noticing the aspects of me that are young and youthful, vibrant and alive. I started playing with my appearance, cutting my hair, dyeing it a different color, getting hair extensions, playing with different colors of lipstick, playing with different styles. And that spirit of playfulness tapped me into a youthfulness and gave me a sense of having so much fun in how I was choosing to express and embody my essence in the world. This is a topic I am fascinated about, so please leave your comments below how you are relating to this. Are you totally on board? If this feels wackadoodle to you, I really want to know. The second thing I did is related to the honeypot, which is all about the body. In this material realm of the body, the basics reign supreme. What are the basics? It's getting good sleep, it's getting good nutrition, it's staying hydrated, and filling your life with as much love and pleasure as possible. The good kind of pleasure, not the pleasure of escape, but the deep, soulful pleasure of sensuality and beauty and tenderness. Pleasure that feels deeply nourishing, like going for a walk at sunset, or making a gourmet meal while listening to your favorite music, or soaking in a bath with essential oils. Taking care of the basics for me also meant eliminating things from my diet that were not helping me feel any better, which was alcohol, cigarettes, and sugar. It also meant slowing down my evening routine and making sure I gave myself a margin so I could wind down and fall asleep at a decent time. Just after a week or two of not drinking, smoking, or eating sugar and getting a full 8 hours of sleep at night, I felt good in my body, there was a sparkle in my eyes again, my libido came back. It's amazing how taking supremely good care of the basics got me more than 90% there. Before you invest in serums and Botox and fillers, never underestimate the basics, how you care for your body in this material realm. So we've talked about the heart, we've talked about the honeypot. Now let's talk about the practice I did for the head, the mind. What I did is a sacred practice I call the soft eye practice, and involves sitting in front of the mirror. The soft eyes practice is both a meditation and an embodiment practice. It's working on the level of our nervous system and our physiology and the level of our mind and our psyche. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit in front of the mirror. Then you're going to drop into an open focus state, which means you're going to allow your eyeballs to kind of relax in their sockets. And how you know you're there is if you put your hands to the side of your head and you can see your fingers wiggling, you're seeing into your periphery. That means you're in open focus. Now that you're in this open focus, you're just going to gaze at yourself lovingly and sweetly, as a mother might gaze at her child. Everything you'll notice will get a little blurry and soft, and that's wonderful. It's like you drop into a spiritual way of seeing. Notice how you're able to perceive the wholeness of all things. The inner critic is no longer running the show. You're not hyper-focused or aware of your flaws or imperfections, but instead you're allowing your wholeness to come into view. Doing this practice daily will change your relationship with the woman in the mirror. To sum things up, the mirror principle teaches us that our outer reality, including our physical appearance, is a reflection of our inner world. By embracing self-love, tenderness, possibility, a growth mindset, you can become more attractive and even experience aging in reverse. All the changes you want to see start from within you, not a product on the shelf. I'm so excited about what's possible when we start to use all of the resources of our feminine energy, our head, heart, and our honeypot, in service to our soul and to bringing more love and beauty to this planet. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. I love making videos for you that help you tap into your inner beauty and your true feminine essence. Share your thoughts and experiences with the mirror principle below. I'd love to hear if it's impacting your life. Thank you so much for being here with me. Remember, you can trust what lights you up. What lights you up leads you home. And if looking and feeling more beautiful is lighting you up, know that's exactly what you're made for. I'll see you in the next video.